You're losing respect every day. Not because you lack intelligence, not because you lack potential. The real reason is something you do in almost every conversation, and you don't even notice it. Watch closely. Most people are controlled by something they don't even realize. A fear, not of failure, not of rejection, but of silence. The moment a conversation pauses, they panic. They start talking, explaining, justifying, filling space that didn't need to be filled. They laugh too quickly, agree too easily, reveal too much, and they think they're being social. They're not. They're exposing themselves. But here's what no one tells you. Every unnecessary word lowers your perceived value, and the person who speaks to relieve tension loses control of the interaction. Now think about this. In meetings, who speaks first when silence hits? On dates, who rushes to keep the conversation alive? In negotiations, who breaks the pause? Watch closely. It's almost always the person with less power. Why? Because silence exposes something they don't want seen. Uncertainty. And most people would rather look foolish than look uncertain. So they talk, and slowly, they lose respect. But there's another type of person. Rare, dangerous. They do the opposite. They create a void. No rush to respond. No need to impress. No urgency to be liked. Just stillness. And in that stillness, power shifts. Because the person who controls silence controls the frame. This is invisible dominance, and most people will never develop it. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. When a conversation goes quiet for just a few seconds, what do? Do you rush to fix it? Or can you sit there and let the other person feel it? Most people fail this within 3 seconds. Would you? Or are you already reacting without realizing it? Now here's the mechanism almost no one sees. Silence creates something dangerous, an approval gap, a psychological vacuum, where the other person doesn't know what you're thinking. They don't know if you agree, if you're impressed, if you're judging them. And that gap becomes unbearable. So they try to close it. They talk more. They explain more. They try to earn your approval without you ever asking for it. That's the shift. You didn't chase validation. They offered it. Freely. But here's where most people get it wrong. They think silence is enough. It's not. And this is exactly why people try this and fail. Because silence without control looks like weakness. They stay quiet, but their body leaks insecurity. Their eyes avoid contact. Their posture collapses. Their energy becomes uncertain. And now silence works against them. So understand this clearly. The real power is not silence. It's low reactivity, controlled neutrality. There's one rule you need to understand. The more you react, the less control you have. Someone challenges you. What do? Most people react instantly. They defend. They explain. They raise their tone. And in that moment, they've already lost. Because they've handed over control of their emotional state. You think you're being confident, but you're being predictable. And predictable people are easy to control. Low reactivity is different. No visible frustration, no immediate defense, no emotional spikes, just observation. You hear the words, you process them, and then you decide if they even deserve a response. Most don't. And that alone changes how people see you. Because when someone cannot provoke you, They cannot control you. And when they cannot control you, they start adjusting themselves. Now think carefully. If someone tried to get a reaction out of you and got nothing, would that frustrate you? Would it make you think about them more? Most people hate that feeling. They need feedback. And this is where it becomes dangerous. Because the human ego cannot tolerate a lack of feedback. People are addicted to reactions, approval, disapproval, anything. Silence gives them nothing. No signal, no validation, no resistance. Just emptiness. And that emptiness destabilizes them. But here's the problem for you. If you can't handle that same emptiness, you'll break first. They start questioning themselves. Did I say something wrong? Do they disagree? Are they judging me? And without realizing it, they begin to adjust their behavior to earn something from you, even a reaction. This is what makes silence an ego-shattering force. You're not attacking them. You're not correcting them. You're simply not feeding them. And that absence becomes louder than words. Now here's where it becomes extremely powerful. In high-stakes situations. And this is where most people lose without realizing it. In negotiations, say your point, then stop. No explanation, no justification. Silence. Most people can't handle it. They start talking. They reveal their position, their concerns, their limits. They negotiate against themselves. Because your silence creates pressure. And pressure forces truth to surface or take confrontation. Someone tries to provoke you, pull you into emotion. They expect resistance. Instead, they get nothing. You look at them, calm, still, unbothered. Now the dynamic flips. They look unstable, not you. And people notice that. Now here's a distinction most people completely miss. This is not the same as listening. Active listening builds connection. It shows engagement, empathy, understanding. Strategic silence does the opposite. It withholds. It observes. It creates distance. You're not trying to connect. You're trying to understand without being understood. You're watching patterns, tone shifts, micro-reactions, the need for validation. You're watching where people break, and that requires discipline. Because your instincts will betray you. You will want to speak, to explain, to prove, to be liked. But you don't. You wait. And in that waiting, you gain something most people never will. Control. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Some people will call this cold, detached, even manipulative. But ignore the labels. Look at the results. Who gets interrupted less? Who gets taken more seriously? Who controls the pace of conversations? The one who reacts, or the one who doesn't? Now answer honestly. Which one are you? Because every time you over-explain, every time you react too quickly, every time you try to gain approval, you signal something. Lower value, less control, less respect. And it happens quietly, over time, until people stop taking you seriously, and you don't even know why. Now, here's the warning. Most people will hear this and still not apply it. Because this isn't a trick, it's a discipline. Because holding silence requires control over your own mind. You must resist the urge to prove yourself, the urge to defend yourself, the urge to be liked. And most people can't do that. Not consistently, which is why they stay average in how they're perceived. So understand this clearly. Strategic silence is not about controlling others first. It's about controlling yourself. If you cannot control your impulses, you cannot control anything. And that leads to the final truth. The most dangerous person in any room is not the loudest, not the smartest, not the most aggressive. It's the one who remains still, while everything else moves. The one who doesn't react when others expect it. The one who observes while others expose themselves. The eye of the storm. Calm, unshaken, untouchable. Because the person who needs nothing from the interaction controls it. And real dominance is not expressed through force. It's expressed through restraint. And the moment you master that, you don't ask for respect. You don't chase it. People feel it, and they adjust around you.